And I'm furious, and I'm not just furious for me. I'm furious for the people he lied to. I'm furious for the memory of the officers he insulted. I'm furious for the police officers who were beaten and injured that day. I'm furious for the staff who thought that they were going to die. So when the hell will House Republicans stand up here and say, this is wrong?
We're going to bring balanced budgets to the floor of the House. You bet that we've got agreements that we're going to do that.
When I hear people talk about balanced budgets, give me a break. The first bill that you are bringing to the floor, pointing to CBO, adds $114 billion to the debt. So we don't need any lectures from anybody on that side about balancing the budget. Give me a break. For nearly an hour, Tucker Carlson said that January 6th was not, in fact, a violent attack on American democracy. In fact, he said it was not an attack at all. He called it a, quote, peaceful sightseeing day, downplayed what happened, tried to sanitize and gloss over the first responders who were attacked and died. Mr. Speaker, let me just remind my friends that over 1 million people, 1 million Americans died of COVID. Including a member-elect who was supposed to be sworn in the last Congress. And these remote procedures undoubtedly saved lives of members and staff here in this chamber. So please, let's not diminish what the point of all that was about. Now, over the last 2 years, Democrats here in the House, alongside President Biden, have taken aggressive action to fight inflation and lower prices. And at every step, Republicans have voted no, no, no. At every step, they've boasted about their own alternative, comprehensive plan to stop inflation in its tracks. It's got to be big. It's got to be really big. Can't wait to read it. Wow, wait until you hear about the Republican plan to stop inflation in its tracks. But forgive me if I'm confused today, because after months of waiting with bated breath, after all your announcements and after all your press releases and all your tweets about inflation, we finally find out that your big plan, what your big plan to stop inflation really is. Your big bill to address the American people's #1 concern. It's a report. More government paperwork. Great. I mean, will people be able to print out the report and trade it in for cheaper gas or lower food prices? Because unless they can, and I'm not an economist here, but I don't think this is going to make a difference. He should be ashamed. And Speaker McCarthy's disgraceful decision to help him spread these lies will forever be a stain on this institution. So my question for the Speaker is, was it worth it? Was the backroom deal with the far right to help Tucker Carlson lie about what happened that day worth the damage done to our democracy? Was it worth insulting the memory of the law enforcement officers who died defending this building and what it symbolizes?
Democrats understand that their Green New Deal agenda is politically toxic as far as the American public is concerned. They know that their radical energy agenda has been exposed and laid bare to the American people. Democrats and their radical environmental NGO allies will continue to work in the shadows, strong-arming and intimidating corporations and investors alike.
Don't pretend this actually does anything. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for my Republican colleagues, to be honest. 2 years to put this together, the #1 issue for the American people, and this is what they come up with? A book report on inflation.